Well, the implication, it depends on what they would do. Again, there's nothing happening. So if they wanted to just march up and down the street, yes, wrap us up.
That's something that we've now heard from 2 different House Republicans expressed.
Comment?
All right, Kyung La, thank you so much. We're also monitoring some major headlines around the world.
Breaking news.
Congressman, stand by for one second. I want to go back to the streets of Los Angeles where my colleague Kyung La has some news about what's going on. Kyung?
He doesn't come through. You do it, sir.
Watch this. Right here.
Are you grabbing me?
No, I didn't.
Clinton Jaws. I watched CNN all night tonight like a lunatic. Seabass comes on. Talk about mood swings. She's talking all pretty, you know how she smiles and talks at the same time? And then all of a sudden just snaps on a reporter out of nowhere. Something weird going on. She's not right. She's not right. No, I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you this clip. But this video, I didn't know what to title. It's really not even about that. CNN. There's a CNN anchor, a reporter, whatever you want to call her. She's getting in the way. She's downtown LA. Get every cop. There's got to be about 10 cops. They're like, what are you doing? Get out of here. Leave. And then I thought she was going to get arrested. Because one cop's like, you grab onto me? No, I didn't grab on it. You got to watch that part. Let's get into it. And that's what I'm starting with. I'm starting with CNN. Tapper. Oh, just watch. I don't even have to say anything. Just watch this.
With the administration to make sure we get this right.
Breaking news.
Congressman, stand by for one second. I want to go back to the streets of Los Angeles where my colleague Kyung La has some news about what's going on. Kyung?
Okay, what you're seeing here is the advancing LAPD. These are officers who've been called to clear this street. We're going to keep moving back, Mike. The area that I was in, just behind those officers, is the entrance to the, watch out, Mike, Federal Detention Center.
How about you watch out?
And there's been a dispersal order issued. They're trying to clear the street. We're just trying to listen here at the same time. And so the people... Okay, so we're going to move over this way. Watch out for the
Get out of the way, woman.
Okay, we're being asked to go behind the police. Press. He's press. He's with me. He's with me. He's with me.
Get out of the way.
I have my verification right here. He doesn't come through. You do it, sir.
Watch this. Right here.
Are you grabbing me?
No, I didn't touch you. So wait, okay.
Come on.
You guys.
We gotta watch that again. You grabbing me?
Are you grabbing me?
No, I didn't touch you.
Yeah!
So wait, okay.
I need you guys to go over there.
So
Yeah!
as you can see, Jake, it's a little...
You dumb
so
kid.
what they're trying to do is... We're going to keep walking. We're going to keep walking.
Yeah, get going.
I want you to take a look over here.
CNN is actually obstructing police.
These are the officers in Suburbans, and then we're trying to move our way through the next wave of officers.
The next wave.
But you can see, I mean, there's press parked on the sidewalk because when today started, this area into the Metropolitan Detention Center was completely open. I hear you. I hear you.
No, you don't hear.
And so...
Okay, guys, right here, this is what disgusts me. These earrings. Girls, don't ever wear a rabbit's foot holder. Nasty.
So, this is how a street is cleared. They tried, the LAPD is creating a line to try to make the people who are protesting and demonstrating, watch out, come this way.
Where do we go?
I think we're okay here.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Get the F.
Are you moving all this? Well? Okay.
Are you demented?
All right, we're going to keep moving.
Are you demented?
So,
oh, there goes the audio.
Issue has been...
What's the issue? Back to Tapper.
Oh, we're having problems with Kyung La's audio there. We're going to check in with her. It looks like she has made herself to some safety. Congressman Gonzalez, it's disturbing to see images like this in the streets of the United States.
It is disturbing to see her tit host trying to report news. And then they come back to commercial break.
Where there was a standoff between protesters and law enforcement. CNN's Kyung La is on the ground. She's gotten to a safe position where law enforcement says it's okay for her to stand. Kyung, tell us what's happening now.
I'm actually just watching, Mike, take a look. We're seeing DHS start to...
If you can just open it up, we're going to have vehicles move out. If you can just open it and come back, okay?
Yeah. I can't do it anymore, okay? Get the hell out of the way. Get out of the way. Let's go to Seabass.
I'm asking just to move out of the way, then you can come back. That's all I'm asking.
So that's an officer from the Department of Homeland Security saying that they're going to be moving some vehicles out of the Federal Detention Center, the Metropolitan Detention Facility, and Vince.
There would be a truck passing through over here. Move back. Get on the sidewalk.
Okay, so that he's LAPD. The Los Angeles Police Department is in charge of trying to keep this area clear. There was a public dispersal order put in telling people who were protesting outside the detention center that they are in, Jake.
All right, Ken Law, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Here comes a Bearcat.
Let's watch. Let's show us the Bearcat. There it is.
Let's show America.
So that's what they were.
Here it comes.
That's what they were clearing the road for, to allow the Bearcat to come through.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Is this leaving the
Right.
detention center or arriving at the detention center?
It's coming, it's going.
Leaving the
it's
detention
leaving.
center, and this has really
How do you
been
know
an
it's not
alarming
entering?
sight for members of the public, and that's really what's been driving the protests here to this federal block to protest what you're exactly looking at, that they don't want this in Los Angeles.
That's why they're
The federal
protesting.
government has always been here. The military has always been here. But it is the
Bearcat.
ICE sweeps that have been popping up across Southern California, and this very visible force and this sign of militarization in Los Angeles that's inspiring people to come out night after night. And it's
That's
going to
what it
keep
is.
going, because if you talk to the people who are out here demonstrating and
They don't
protesting,
want that.
they don't want this in Los Angeles. The people who they're seeing getting detained
That's why.
are the
There's a
people
riot.
who they buy food from, or who may be cleaning their homes or working in the city.
Gorgeous areas.
Some legally and some illegally, and they don't want. And at least the people who are showing up here, Jake,
The Bearcats.
they don't want to see this.
Yeah, and we just talked to a Republican congressman from Texas, Tony Gonzalez, a Navy veteran, who was saying something that we heard from a different Republican from California, Valadeo,
What?
the idea that they want the Trump administration to focus on the undocumented immigrants who are criminals, who are violent criminals, and not to necessarily target people who are undocumented but playing a role in society. That's something that we've now heard from two different House Republicans expressed.
Comment?
All right, Ken Law, thank you so much. We're also monitoring some major headlines around the world, including a series of...
It's so bad. It's so bad, but it's so good. Seabass, what do you got to say today?
If ICE shows up at the city side, the aquatic center, whatever, does
If ICE shows up at the swimming pool, if ICE shows up at the aquatic center,
the city ask them to produce a warrant? Do they ask if they will
does the city have to ask them to produce a warrant to let them in? Of course not. By the way, guys, cops, they can go anywhere. Anywhere. If they think, okay, they can't go inside your house unless they have a warrant. But yes, they can go into a swimming pool. They could go into any public place. If they think somebody is in there that's a criminal, they can come in there and they can get you. I was allowed to do a foot patrol anywhere. Nobody can say, hey, you can't do a foot patrol here. I could do a foot patrol anywhere. She's lost her mind. She doesn't even know the answer.
warrant to go onto the property?
Do you
Well,
need
we
a
can
warrant?
ask that.
Do you need a warrant to go onto the property? And she's about to say, well, we can ask that. No, you can't.
But at the end of the day, it would be very difficult for city staff
Well, impossible.
to tell armed ICE agents that they can't come in somewhere.
Impossible.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to call on you.
I'm going to call on you.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah, the federal military is now confined. What would be the implications if they step beyond the federal building protection? And what would you tell those troops to think about before they took an order, or if they were ordered to do something like
Well,
that?
I don't think I'm going to tell them. What I would tell them is go back and guard the building. That's what I would tell them. But obviously, I have no authority over federal troops.
No, you
What
don't.
would be the implications for the city if
Well, the implication, it depends on what they would do. Again, there's nothing happening. So if
Nothing
they wanted to
happening,
just
nothing to
march
see.
up and down the street, then that's one thing. But there's nothing going on
nothing
right
going
now.
on, guys.
And when there is something going on, our law enforcement has the capacity to address it. Yes, wrap us up.
She's a nut.
Who was shot earlier this week.
Lunatic.
The Australian Prime Minister has spoken with the Trump administration about the incident, but I wanted to know, how do you feel about foreign media workers being hit like this? You're talking about New on the streets of
Well, I mean, I think it's terrible. I think it sends a terrible message. As you said, the prime minister of the country had to respond. The president of Mexico has responded. Again, I know, but maybe I don't.
No, you don't.
That these countries look at this, and I don't think they thought there was some grand thing happening here that required ICE agents to come and disrupt workplaces or chase people through Home Depot parking lots. Thank you very much, everyone.
That's exactly what you do. That's exactly where you go is Home Depot and donut shops. Want to see something else classic? Watch this.
Go anywhere.
What do local business owners need to know if ICE shows up at their workplace?
Well, you know, I think it's very important for people to know their rights. And when you're talking about business owners, they could be undocumented as well as their employees. But you don't have to cooperate.
You don't have to cooperate. Okay? You be non-cooperative. That's what the LA mayor just told the world. Keep on going. Let's keep on going.
You can, remain silent. There's a know your rights, a series of things that individuals can do and business owners. But, you've seen pictures of people around the country. I saw a woman in a car, man in a car, and he was waiting for his attorneys, and ICE just broke the windows of his car and dragged him out. Now,
that's because he was non-cooperative. This is so stupid. He wasn't being cooperative. Do you see what's going on here? These guys are lunatics. Everybody is a lunatic. She's a lunatic. She's a complete lunatic. She's telling the world. She's telling California, you don't have to be cooperative.
But what is normal practice, like if you are detained, you're allowed to see your attorney who is...
No, you're not. Anybody that's arrested, anybody that's detained is not allowed to see their attorney. They're allowed to speak to one, but they're not allowed to see one. She's in over her head. And I actually love it. I love it. I love it. Ribbit. Anyways, love watching this. I love watching the mayor. She's running the country. And you need your attorney. Did you know that? You need to see, they haven't seen their attorney. They don't have to see the attorney. What are you talking about? Nobody has a right to see their attorney. Subscribe. Bye-bye.